I thought I was going to be a real estate agent. And when this attorney said, oh, I told her, I said, I just became a real estate agent. She said, oh, that's wonderful. You know, I had a real estate agent, but she died. And I went, oh, well,
tragic story. I'm sorry to hear it.
I'm like, oh, okay. And I said, well, do you need a real estate agent? She said, oh, yes. And I thought, well, this is how naive I was. I thought, well, why does an attorney need a real estate agent?
Welcome to Agent Success Podcast. If you're a real estate agent looking to succeed in today's crazy market, well, you're in the right place. Each week, we talk with successful real estate agents willing to share their expert insights, trade secrets, and mindset that help them to succeed. There's no fluff, just straight to the point content that prioritizes one thing above all, your success. So without further ado, let's cut to the chase. All right, welcome to another episode of Cut to the Chase, agentsuccesspodcast.com. I am with my friend, Natalie. How are you, Natalie?
I am well. How are you, Tim?
Doing good. What do you do for a living, Natalie?
I am a real estate professional.
You're a real estate professional?
I am.
As opposed to an amateur?
That's correct.
Okay. Were you ever an amateur?
I was.
Yeah.
I was.
Did you know you were?
Classes.
Did you know you were an amateur?
I absolutely did.
Oh, okay. How long have you been in real estate?
A little over 8 years.
8 years. Okay, right on. I've known you a good chunk of that.
You have.
Yeah, and within that 8 years, you have learned a thing or two about real estate.
I have.
And I'm going to discover a couple of those.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Right on. Let's get to it then. Where do you work right now?
I work for EXIT Realty Mountain View.
Okay. And you've been there since they opened, right?
I have been actually at 2 exits within Colorado Springs. I first started out at EXIT Realty Pikes Peak.
And then went to Mountain View.
And then I went to EXIT Realty Mountain View.
Did you go to Mountain View right when that branch opened?
I did.
Okay.
I went over with Brandy Brown.
Okay. So one of the firsts.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The original.
This
is original version.
I am.
All right.
Yes.
Right on. So in that 8 years and in switching, have you when you first get into real estate, I would imagine for you it was, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm focused on. I like niches, right?
Yes.
They say niches get stitches. Is that? No.
Yeah.
Niches get riches.
Right. There we go.
It's nothing to do with stitches, right? Okay. So what niches have you discovered?
I have 2 niches.
Okay.
I have future first-time home buyers.
Future first-time home buyers.
Yes.
Isn't everybody a future first-time home buyer?
Well, depends on when you're marketing them. Yes.
Okay.
Actually, yes, they are.
Okay.
And then my other niche, my big niche is last-time home sellers.
Last-time home sell. Wow. Get them coming in and get them going out, huh?
I do.
Yeah. What happens in between? Well, we'll see. But
well, then,
yeah.
I like to help them too, but my niches.
Okay. So which of those do you find more passion in?
Last-time home sellers.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
Because at that point, there are fewer resources for them.
Yeah.
And fewer people that are experts in this field.
Right. Now, when you say last-time home sellers, we're talking about somebody has deceased or they've gone to a nursing facility, or what do you mean by that?
We're talking about people, we're talking about adults that this is the last time they're going to be selling their home. They're not going to be purchasing another home. So we may be talking about someone who is moving into assisted living, moving into skilled care facilities.
Okay.
We may be working with someone who is incapacitated and has a conservator,
right.
guardian and a conservator,
Okay.
or we may be talking about someone who has passed and now we're looking into the probate section.
So when you deal with that, and keep in mind we want to discover, how real estate agents leverage these different things. How do they win? How do they succeed with these? So when you're dealing in that situation, first off with the niche, did you find yourself just accidentally stumble into that, or was that something that maybe was a passion ahead of time?
I did stumble.
Okay.
I completely stumbled into this. I have a friend who is an estate attorney. And when she found out that I was starting in real estate, she said, I need to talk to you about this. And she kind of gave me that nudge into this.
It's funny how life pushes you in a certain direction.
She completely pushed me.
You just have to be willing.
I'm not going to lie. She pushed me.
You have to be willing to accept it.
And then I learned a little bit more, and I realized that this area is one that not everybody is as educated as they should be, and being able to help our senior market, and we really do need to be able to help them, and it became a passion. And then while I was doing this, and helping conservatorships and probate with attorneys and conservators, my mother was actually ill and dying herself, and I was watching how my family came together and rallied around her versus some families that I was working with clients
Kind of back off.
either backed off or they were being vicious. And very clearly just wanted, okay, I want everything. I want everything. I want all the money. I want,
Mom said I get that vase.
Yes. Yeah. And so I watched, and honestly, we've got to protect these adults. It very quickly became a huge passion of mine to make sure that nobody's taking advantage of these adults.
Whenever you can get passionate about something, you become much more powerful. There's very little that you can't accomplish with passion. And it comes across. Like listening to you talk about this right now, it's obvious.
Thank you.
When somebody just talks in a way that is transactional, that's obvious.
Right.
And so you know with that passion. So when somebody's in it. So one thing I discovered a long, long time ago, many years ago, decades ago, I decided I was going to sell insurance, right? And I called my dad, and I said, Dad, tell me about when this event happened. How did it impact you? Because what I was trying to do is I was trying to get an emotional anchor, right? An emotional anchor to help me do better at it. I did, and it worked very well because it had personal meaning to me in that situation. But I didn't have any passion for it. I wanted to make money.
Correct.
Right. I had no passion for it. I wanted to do this, right? And I had to develop that passion. I had to develop, and that could be like with what we do here. I want to help people. I want to educate people. I want to help real estate agents succeed. I find great joy, great satisfaction, and it fills my shallow, empty soul to see real estate agents get some success out of what we're doing. Right? It's fantastic. We all have shallow, empty souls, by the way.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Good. I just want to be clear. I'm not the only one.
No.
Okay.
No.
So when you start looking at a niche, and a real estate agent says, okay, well, I want my niche to be this, or I want my niche to be that. How long did it take you? And maybe you're not even there yet, but how long did it take you before you felt confident to truly represent people within that niche?
Well, I'm always learning, but probably good 4 years before I really felt comfortable saying this is my niche.
This is it. Now, were you not comfortable before because you didn't know enough, or because you were afraid to? A lot of people are afraid to go into a niche. They feel like they're going to, alienate all the other possibilities.
I don't think I realized that this was my niche.
Interesting.
I don't think that I had fully figured that one out.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that my business was coming from conservators,
right?
But I hadn't really put that together quite yet to say this is my niche. And then once I did, and I said, you know what, this is my passion. This is what I want to be doing. Then I really started marketing myself as this, and I started marketing more toward the attorneys, more conservators.
Have you found that by doing that, have you found that your other business has suffered, or has it actually helped your other business?
It helps my other business because
Okay.
I still have my referral business with my sphere of influence.
Yeah.
And I can actually help my sphere of influence with them knowing
Yeah.
where I'm going, because, you know, a lot of my sphere, they do have, you know, their parents or their
Sure. Yeah.
family members, and now they know that they have a resource.
Well, let me ask you this: when you're talking about a niche, and you're talking about how you advertise yourself, and, you, even with your sphere of influence, you're saying, "Hey, this is my specialty. I deal
Right.
in probate and conservatorship and all this other stuff, dealing in last time home sellers."
Right.
Do you simultaneously tell them, "But I can help you with all your other needs in real estate as well"? Do you put that
Yes.
out there?
Yes.
You do. Okay.
I do.
All right.
I do.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure on that. Like, is it just naturally you get the other business, or do you still let them know, I can help you with your other real estate stuff?
I
as
still
well?
let them know I can
Okay.
help them with their other business.
You
And
know what I find very interesting though, is you said as soon as you found your niche, and this is, I guess it shouldn't be that shocking, but it kind of is. So as soon as you found your niche, then you started going after the estate attorneys and the probate and the conservatorship. You started going after that. So what you did was you discovered who knows about your business before you,
Right.
which is a brilliant business strategy, right? Who knows about your business before you? You're not shotgunning it out in the local gazette.
no.
You're going after those exact targets.
Right. And so my marketing plan looks different than other realtors' marketing plans, because I'm not just marketing to the public. I've got a very specific marketing plan in who my pop buys are.
Yeah.
My pop buys are for my
You're saying Popeye?
Popeye. I'm
Popeye.
Gonna
I'm
pop.
strong to the finish because I eat all my spinach.
That's right. I'm going to pop by your office and say, Tim, you know, I'm glad that you have used me as a realtor in the past. I want you to remember my name. I want you to think of me when your friend says, I need a realtor. I want you to think of Natalie and recommend me to them.
And you're
That's
doing
what a pop
that.
by is.
You're doing that like with an attorney, as an example.
I do that with my attorneys. Yes.
Okay.
But they're not going to be, you know, it's not going to be the same thing that I would with my sphere. It's going to
Or
be
like
more
a past client, the first time home buyer. Something
right.
Like
I'm
that.
not.
It's a
I'm not
different
popping
approach.
by with
Pumpkin pie.
pumpkin pie. Well, no, I have parties for that. But
Yeah, I've been to them.
but no, like it at around Easter time, I do the peeps,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And tell your peeps about, you know, have your peeps call my peeps.
Oh,
you know,
nice.
like
Yeah,
right,
I like
okay.
that, yeah.
But I'm not necessarily going to do that for the attorneys. I'm going to be very deliberate, and give them, like this month, September 29th is National Coffee Day.
Okay.
So my attorneys and my business partners in this month,
Yeah.
they're all receiving coffees.
Okay.
Now they're not all getting them on the 29th. I have to spread, because
Yeah.
otherwise they're all getting cold coffee. So, but
So you're not taking them coffee grounds. You're actually taking them like a coffee.
yeah, I'm taking them coffee, or their entire office is getting,
wow.
you know, a thing of coffee for the office.
Yeah.
And I'm working with them that way. I'm marketing.
So what you've done is you've basically said, this is who knows about my business before me. I'm going to target them. I'm going to stay in front of them. They're going to know what I do, but I'm going to treat them as a referral partner.
That's correct.
And in a way, I'm going to meet them where they're at as a referral partner.
Correct.
And I'm connecting with them. So that way, when that real estate attorney thinks, okay, so we got to sell mom and dad's house. Don't worry, I got a girl.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
How do you find these attorneys?
I am part of the El Paso County Bar Association.
I've heard some realtors do it. I heard that was a little expensive. Is that expensive to do that?
No.
Ish? No? Oh. Maybe I talked to a poor realtor. I don't know.
Well, okay. To join, no.
Okay.
But every event does cost money.
Okay, so you're paying for every,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
So-
but again, that's part of my marketing.
So if you were to go to a new area, would you know how to start building your business?
Yes.
and you would duplicate what you've done, whether that be, and for all the other real estate agents out there. So you are, obviously a senior, for last time seller kind of specialist.
Correct.
They could specialize in whatever it is, right?
Yes.
Whatever category these people come into. It could be divorce. It could be, like you say, first time buyer. It could be veterans. It could be a million different categories, right?
Right.
But it allows you to stay hyper focused on what that category is.
Yes.
So it took you a good chunk of time to feel confident in what you're actually doing.
Correct.
Right. And do you think, you said you accidentally fell into it. So do you think that was just the natural progression of becoming confident in it, or were you actively seeking knowledge?
Oh, I'm always actively seeking knowledge.
Okay.
But I did not know that I was going to be actively seeking knowledge in this niche.
Gotcha.
So
when you first got your real estate license, it wasn't like, I am going to go after.
No, not at all.
What did you want to do in the beginning? Like, what did you think you were going to do? Be a real estate agent?
I thought I was gonna be a real estate agent. And when this attorney said, "Oh," I told her, I said, I just became a real estate agent. She said, "Oh, that's wonderful. I had a real estate agent, but she died." And I went, "Oh, well,
Tragic story. I'm sorry to hear it.
I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I said, "Well, do you need a real estate agent?" She said, "Oh, yes." And I thought, well, this is how naive I was. I thought, well, why does an attorney need a real estate agent?
It's the other way around, isn't it? Yeah.
And I'm like, and I was like, do you have a realtor on retainer? Like,
yeah.
And she's like, yes.
Whoa, this is cool.
What? I'm like, okay. She's
Yeah.
like, let's go out for drinks and I'll tell you about it. Okay. All right. And she's talking to me. And mind you, she bought me the drinks. So I was really excited because, I hadn't made a sale yet.
Wow.
So I was like, ooh.
I got my license and attorneys are buying me dinner. This is fantastic.
This is fantastic. And so she's explaining this to me, and it's all going right over my head at first. And I'm like, I don't understand.
What the heck are you talking about?
I went home. I'm like, honey, this is so exciting, but I don't know what I'm talking about yet. And so that immediately pushed me into, all right, I've got to look up all of this information, and I'm reading and I'm reading and I'm learning. And then she actually took me to a class up at the Bar Association up in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was an 8-hour class on law. And
Did you want to die?
Oh, it was the most amazing
class
ever.
You didn't want to jab the straw into your eyeball or anything?
No, that was, seriously, it was all about law, and it was the most exciting thing.
At that stage, something should have clicked that said, this is what I'm here for.
You would have thought, but it took me a while to realize this was my niche. And so I have been doing more and more education. Every year I have taken, there are very few classes that PPAR provide, or not PPAR, but credits CE classes for probate. But every time I see one come up, I take it, even though
you got a probate class the other day, right?
Yes. Yeah. Any probate class, probate and trust, probate. The other day it was what to do, how to get through probate.
Yeah.
I take those classes, and probably at this point I could almost teach them.
Yeah.
But I'm just missing my law degree, so they won't let me. So
small detail.
Yeah. But I take them because, you know what? Every single class I pick up something new.
I think a lot of people get comfortable in their niche and they stop pursuing the new stuff.
No.
You get that niche, you continually pursue. You want to become the best that you can possibly be.
Absolutely.
Now, I do have a question for you. So
Okay.
I told you I was going to ask tough questions as well. Okay. What are you not doing that you know you should be doing in real estate?
I am not calling as many attorneys as I should be.
Okay. Do you have a schedule to call them?
I do.
Okay.
And that's my cold calling.
Yeah. Okay.
And that is my hardest piece of this.
Okay. Is it hard because you don't like it, or is it hard because you have other stuff going on?
It is hard because that's the cold calling, and I don't know them yet. And I have that mindset of they're not going to want to talk to me.
Head trash.
Head trash. I
Yes.
have that head trash. So, so when I already have a connection with them first, it makes it much easier. So
Yeah.
I've got to get myself outside. I got to get outside of my own head and actually pick up the phone.
Yeah,
So
call reluctance is a killer.
It's a killer. And it doesn't matter what your niche is. It doesn't matter, if you don't like picking up that phone for the cold calls, it's going to get you every time. It doesn't matter what your niche is. So that's my biggest challenge.
I think with me, I'm opposite. I have no call reluctance because I don't have much self-awareness, but it's a matter of like, I need to block the time. Right. I need, and if I do better at blocking the time, then I can make the calls.
Right.
Whereas some people do really good at blocking the time, and then they stare at the phone. And they're like, well, it's lunchtime. They're probably at lunch. They probably don't want me to call. Maybe I should call after lunch. Oh, wait, but they probably have a meeting after lunch. And they're busy in the morning. Pretty soon you've talked yourself out of calling them anytime during the whole day.
Exactly.
Like you've convinced yourself that they are the world's most important attorney, and you're never going to have to call them.
Right.
Right.
Right. And they're not going to, and I have to get through their secretary or their assistant
the
first.
Gatekeeper. Yeah.
The gatekeeper. And why would they want to talk to me?
Exactly.
I mean,
I'm just, what do I have to offer? Right.
So it's hard.
Yeah.
But the days, when I do make my phone calls, I get at least one person that actually takes the time to talk to me.
So it would be interesting to do the math, and I think it's very important to measure everything you do in your business, right? So if you look at that and you say, I'm making, let's say, 20 phone calls to connect with that one person. Now, how many people do I need to connect with in order to start getting business? I need to connect with 10 people. So, okay, so now if I had to do 20 calls, now I have to do 200 calls, and I'm getting business, right? So you start doing the math, and you're like, okay, well, I know that all I have to do is make this many calls with this amount of time, and I'm going to get business.
Correct.
It's almost frighteningly easy when you break it down to a very simple concept.
Right.
And when you understand that I have to have 9 people tell me no. Like I have to. And if you can change your mindset that says, oh, this person told me no. Sweet, that was number 7. I only got 2 more no's to go.
That's right.
You got 2 more no's to go.
And does the no hurt me in any way?
No.
If I don't pick up the phone, it's already a no.
Yeah. There you go.
That's the simple.
And it's almost like the no that you know instead of the no that you don't know, right? I don't know how that no is going to come across. Is it aggressive? Am I going to be embarrassed about it?
Right.
So I think it's very, very important to have that kind of work. Now, I got another question for you here.
Of course.
I told you to ask a couple difficult questions. I told you I was going to go through like half this sheet. I haven't gotten through any of it. So
That's okay.
That's okay. I don't like going through it. So now I asked you what you're not doing that you need to do. I'm going to flip that question around a little bit. What are you doing in real estate that you know you need to stop doing?
Procrastinating.
Procrastination. The silent killer.
The silent killer.
Yes. Procrastination is very difficult, to deal with. Is that with reluctance or overthinking or
I overthink
lack of
everything.
planning?
I overthink everything. I am I like to have all of my ducks in a row and make sure everything is perfect.
Yeah.
But in the process, I want to think about every step of that process.
Yeah. Every potential within that step.
And every potential within that step.
That's a half a day of thinking for a half a minute phone call.
And before my website is up, I want to look at it and proof it and have 15 people look at it and give me feedback on it. And, is it exact? Before we have a conversation and it's going to be recorded, can we do 15 practices first? Because I might mess up.
Role playing is a great thing to do.
It's a great thing to do.
But you also have analyzing is happening.
But I might make a mistake. I might stutter over a word.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. This is very important. You are a martial artist, are you not?
I am.
You are a martial artist.
Yes.
Do you wear those belts?
I do.
Okay, good. Are they color coordinated?
No.
Okay.
Bothers me.
Okay.
But
So
they don't take my opinion.
So here's my question for you. As a skilled martial artist, for years you've been doing martial arts, and as a skilled martial artist, you have certain moves that you practice,
Yes.
and it becomes muscle memory.
Correct.
Right? And you know, when this happens, I do this.
Correct.
Right. But does anything ever happen that you didn't anticipate and you have to just react?
Yes.
When you think somebody's going to slap you, but they poke you in the eye.
Yes.
Right. It could be different.
Yes.
Do you think that maybe you have a lot of confidence in martial arts and therefore you can handle all that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. When we look at this in real estate, you've built yourself up a quite nice little niche right
Yes.
there. And you have a very good value proposition to
Correct.
attorneys. Very, very valuable stuff that you can bring to the table. And it just seems that a quick shift of the mindset is like, I do this. I know how to do this. I'm a black belt in senior lending, right?
Yes.
Or not senior lending, senior real estate, right?
Right.
It just seems like changing that mindset just slightly. Have you ever broke boards in half, like karate chopped them, broken in half,
Yes.
kneed them, headbutted them, anything like that?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, well, what if the board had just a slightly different, grain pattern? Maybe you get a little bump or a bruise. It'd be a little bit different than, you have the confidence to do it, right?
Correct.
You have the confidence to do it, and maybe that just comes through practice and through reassurance, quite honestly.
Did you talk to my husband today before this? You sound an awful lot like him.
Well, no, but I've been around salespeople for far too many years, right?
He says a lot of this to me. Yes.
Yeah.
But that is exactly, you are 100%
Yeah.
correct. We need to step outside our own heads
Mm-hmm.
and know that our muscle memory,
Yeah,
we know what we're doing.
yeah,
And when I'm talking with newer agents and they come to me and they say, "Oh my gosh, this happened."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Okay, take a deep breath."
you got your muscle memory. You know how to handle it. Yeah.
But you know how to
Well, that's what I
handle
mean.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
Natalie knows how to handle it.
Well, Natalie knows how to handle it, but
The new agent doesn't
Tim,
necessarily. Yeah.
you know how to handle this too. Just
Yeah.
take a deep breath. Think about
In
this.
through the nose, out through the mouth, right?
Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
And oh yes, I do know how to. I'm like, see, you know how to do this.
There we go.
Just, you've got this.
Like, what's that on Nemo? Dory? Dory?
Dora?
Yeah.
Wait, Dory? Dory?
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Yes,
Da-da-da-da-da.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so, I have to tell myself that every
Yeah.
single day. And
keep swimming.
I really think that most real estate professionals have to do that with themselves every day. So,
Yeah.
yes, I have success. I have enough
Yeah.
success for my needs.
Yeah.
But my success, I have to tell myself.
Yeah.
I have to
You have to
remind
yourself
I
of
have
it.
to remind myself.
And remind yourself that you have that value proposition. You are the value proposition.
Correct.
You can bring value to
Yes.
that other attorney or
Yes.
whoever it is.
Yes.
Right.
Mhm.
Well, I've had a fantastic time talking
have
to you.
too.
It's
Thank
been
you.
a lot of fun, and I know it was short, sweet, right to the point, but right on. Let's
like
high
it.
five it. Cool.
High five.
Right on. Well, that wraps up another episode of Cut to the Chase. Catch us at agentsuccesspodcast.com. And Natalie, how do people get a hold of you if they would like to talk to you?
Two ways. My phone number is 719-287-8067, or my website is tealproteam.com.
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 Excellent. Until next time, guys. Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
That wraps up another episode of Agent Success Podcast. Remember, you can find new episodes each week at agentsuccesspodcast.com. We hope you found the insights and best practices shared today truly valuable. And if you did, please subscribe, rate, and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Remember, your success is a journey of learning and improvement. So let's keep hustling, thriving, and learning. Until next week, this is Tim Chase.